Students, welcome to Spectra Educational Academy. In this video, I'm going to continue numericals in the chapter system of particles. After that, I'll continue with the numerical in thermal properties of matter. Now, let me read the question first. Okay. Find the center of mass of three particles at the vertices of an equilateral triangle. The masses of the particles are 100 grams, 150 grams, and 200 grams respectively. Each side of the equilateral triangle is 0.5 meters long, and they told that 100 grams mass to be taken at the origin and 150 mass is on x-axis. Draw the diagram based on the question given. So here is equilateral triangle. So this is x-axis. So this will be y-axis. So this is the origin. At origin, we need to take mass 100 grams. The coordinates of this particle at origin, no x coordinate, no y coordinate. Now they told to take 150 grams on the x-axis. So this is the second particle, 150 grams. But what are the coordinates they mentioned in the question? Side of the triangle is 0.5 meters. This will be 0.5. Even this is also 0.5 meters. So here is the third particle whose mass is 200 grams. Coordinates. So it will be 0.5. You just should give a letter here. This is O. This is some A. This is some D. This is some B. So what are the coordinates of second particle? Means 0.5 x coordinate will exist, but y coordinate will be 0 because it is on the x-axis. Now it is important to determine the coordinates of the third particle. So A to D is 0.25. So that will be x coordinate of 200 grams. 0.25 can also be written as 1/4 meters. This is x coordinate. It is important to find out y coordinate of 200 gram particle. So make use of Pythagoras. It is AO square. So what is AO given? 0.5 means 1/2 whole square. Now OD square. So what is OD? OD is 0.25. It can also be written as 1/4 whole square plus AD square. So AD is going to be the y coordinate of 200 grams. So this will be 1/4. This is 1/16. You get this side, it will be 1/16 is equal to AD square. Now 16 will be the LCM. So 4 minus 1 is equal to AD square. So you'll get AD as. So this is 3/16 under root. If you cancel square this side. So root 3/4 is the y coordinate of particle at A. Now use the formula to determine center of mass. XCM is equal to M1x1 plus M2x2 M3x3 divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3. What is M1? You don't need to convert the grams into kgs. It is 100 grams, no x coordinate. For 150 grams, there is x coordinate. It is mentioned 0.5, but you write it as 1/2 for easy calculation. And M3 is 200 grams. Its x coordinate is 1/4. Now divided by M1 is 100, M2 is 150, and M3 is 200. So you can cancel with 50 times. You can cancel with 75 times. 75 plus 50 is 125. Divided by this is 250, 400. So you'll get 25 5s, then 25 let me say 1s are 25, 6s are. So it will be the 25 8s are 25 8s are 200, because just a moment. Yeah, so 25 ones are 25, 40 minus 25 is 15, 150. It is 6 times only. 25 6 are 150. So 5 by 16 meters. Next, also to find out YCM, it will be M1 Y1, M2 Y2, M3 Y3 divided by M1 plus M2 plus M3. So M1 is once again 100 grams. No Y coordinate for the 100 grams. M2 is 150, but for M2 also there is no Y coordinate given in the diagram. And for M3 it has Y coordinate. So M3 mass is 200. Y coordinate is root 3 by 4 divided by M1 is 100, M2 is 150, and M3 is 200. It will be once again 450. So this is 50 times. So this is 0 only. The first two are zeros only. 50 root 3 divided by 450. 0 0 cancel, and this will be 9. So root 3 by 9. So you can also write root 3 into root 3 is 3, and multiplied with 3. So therefore it will be 1 by 3 root 3 meters. So x and y coordinates are xcm comma ycm are, first one is 5 by 16 meters, second one is 1 by 3 root 3 meters. Now let us proceed with the next question. This question is based on torque. Question number 13. Find the torque of a force 7I 3j minus 5k about the origin. The force acts on a particle whose position vector is I cap minus j cap plus k cap. So first you write down the torque formula. It is a vector r cross f. So vector product between two vectors is a vector. So you need to follow matrix method like this: I, j, k. For r, under I1, j minus 1, k is 1. This is next force part. 7, 3, minus 5k. So minus 5. Now this is equal to I. When you write I, forget about this column and this row. So there will be A, B, C and D. AD. So minus 1 into minus 5, it will be 5. BC. BC is, this is going to be minus 3. When you write J, you treat A and C these. A and C, because you have to forget this column and this row. Now AD. AD is minus 5. BC is minus 7 plus K. When you write K, forget about B and D. So this is going to be B and D. Now AD, so it will be 3. And minus 7, in the formula there is one more minus, it will be plus 7. So in vector form you will get a 2i. This is minus 12 plus 12j plus 10k. So in vector form. Now you can also find out its magnitude is equal to root over 4 plus 144 plus 100. So this is 244 and 248. 248. Don't forget to write Newton meter or joule. Torque is a vector quantity. Its unit is Newton meter or joule. Then let us move with the next question. When 100 joules of work, 100 joules of work is done on a flywheel, its angular velocity is increased from 60 rpm revolutions per minute to 180 revolutions per minute. What is the moment of inertia? So question is formula based on the question is angular kinetic energy. Angular kinetic energy, or you can also call it as rotational kinetic energy. So this one is equal to, it is just like work energy theorem, half I omega 2 square minus omega 1 square. Yeah. So how to find out omega 1? They mentioned increases from angular velocity increases from 60 to 180 rpm. So omega is 2 pi by capital T. You might be knowing that the time period and frequency are inversely proportional for 1 second calculation. So 2 pi f1, let me write. So this is for 1 second calculation, but in the question they mentioned per minute, revolutions per minute. So that is why you have to divide with 60. 2 pi with f1, 60 divided by 60. This and this get cancelled. You'll get 2 pi radian per second. This is omega 1. Similarly, omega 2, 2 pi by 1 second capital T, but it is earlier it is T1, now it is T2. Now we'll get 1 by T is f2. Here also same per minute. So 60. So 2 pi with f2. F2 is how much? 180 divided by 60. So 60 into 3 times. It will be 6 pi radian per second. Now let us substitute the values. Now work done is given as, how much is the work done? 100. Work done or energy, rotational kinetic energy, is equal to half into I into, we are looking for I. What did you get? Omega 2, 6 pi radian per second. So 6 pi square means 36 pi square minus omega 1 is 2 pi, but in the formula omega 1 square. So 2 pi whole square means it will be 4 pi square. So you will get 100 is equal to half into I into, this will be 32 pi square. So pi square is roughly 10. So you can cancel this and this, 110 you can cancel. This will be 20 by 32 will come down, is equal to I. Now 4 5s are 4 8s. So you'll get I as roughly 8 6 are 48. So if you put their point, 8 6 are 48, 2 will be left, 8 2 the 16 and 5. So kg meter square. So this is the answer. Don't forget to write the units. Now let us proceed with the question given in thermal properties of matter. Let me read the question first. A body cools from 60 to 40 degrees centigrade in 7 minutes. What will be its temperature after the next 7 minutes? If the temperature of its surroundings is 10 degrees centigrade. You understand the question with the help of diagram like this. The initial temperature of the body is 60 degrees centigrade. It is cooled down to 40 degrees centigrade in 7 minutes. Now again 40 to some temperature, 40 to some temperature, we are looking for it in next 7 minutes. So therefore you call this is for the first case you take this is theta 1, you take this is theta 2. In the second case you take this is theta 1, you take this is theta dash. You are looking for theta 2 dash. Surrounding temperature theta naught is mentioned 10 degrees centigrade. Now first let us write Newton's law of cooling. Theta 1 minus theta 2 by dt, this time interval, is equal to C by theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. So let us apply for two cases here. So theta 1 minus theta 2 by dt1 is equal to C into theta 1 plus theta 2 by 2 minus theta naught. This is the first case. Now let us also write the second case. Let us also write the second case. So theta 1 minus theta 2 dash divided by d t2 c by c of theta 1 plus theta 2 dash divided by 2 minus theta naught. So since 7 minutes same, you can substitute the values. In the first case, theta 1 is 60, theta 2 is 40 by 7 minutes. In the second case, theta 1 is 40. In the second case, theta 1 is 40, and you are looking for theta 2. But this is also taking place in 7 minutes, is equal to C and C cancel. So this is divided by. So theta 1 is 60 plus 40 divided by 2. This is the first case, theta naught. So this is also mentioned 10 degrees centigrade, whole divided by. Here in the second case, theta 1 is 40, theta 2 dash you have to find out. So it will be 40 plus theta 2 dash. So here also theta 2 dash by 2 minus 10 degrees centigrade. Yeah. Now you can cancel 7 and 7. So this will be 20 divided by 40 minus theta 2 dash. This will be 100 by 2. So 50 minus 10, it will be 40. 100 by 2, 50. 50 minus 2, 40 divided by. This is, if you take LCM, you will get 2 here first. So 40 plus theta 2 minus 2 get multiplied with 10 when you take LCM. This is 20. So therefore, this 2 will go up. 20 by 40 plus 40 minus theta 2 dash is equal to, it will be 80 divided by, this is 40 minus 20 is 20 plus theta 2 dash, this is. Yeah. Now 20 into 4 times. So 40 into 4, 160 minus 4 theta 2 dash is equal to 20 plus theta 2 dash. Now this will come this side. This will come this side. It will be 140. It will be 5 theta 2 dash. Now, so theta 2 dash is equal to 140 by 5. So it will be 5 2s are 4 left 40, 28. So 4 8s are 5 8s are 40. So 28 degrees centigrade. Thank you very much, students. In my next video, I'll continue with numericals and oscillations and surface tension. But don't forget to share and subscribe with your friends and relatives. Thank you very much.